We are in a different part of my house today. Never filmed here, but we're digging this lighting. So it is summertime in North Carolina, so it's even with the air conditioning on, it's hot as fuck in here. So we do have a fan going, so that sound that you hear in the background is just us not sweating to death. If that has a sound, it does now. We don't have any makeup on. We're both fresh-faced and shining bright like a diamond. Yeah. So we're gonna put some makeup on and just do some talking. So first, I'm gonna go in with my Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer, and I'm gonna go sans moisturizer right now because I'm looking shiny as fuck. What are you using, Hannah? What are you using over there?
I'm moisturizing with Mary Kay moisturizer.
So the moisturizer that I've been using is the Lancome moisturizer, and it's really, really good. So I bought that moisturizer about it was before I went to Vegas. Yes. End of April. I bought it at the end of April. We went to Hannah and I went to Ulta, and they were having let these special Lancome makeup artists do a makeover for you, and
ruined my face.
She was not having it. The makeup artist that she had was a little she took forever. Like, I was talking to my girl, and like she was selling me moisturizer, and I still had to wait on Hannah to get this woman to get finished with her makeup, and I was like, what the fuck is going? And then it was no. It was a no. But
ruined my face.
But I did end up buying a moisturizer, and I told Hannah, I was like, I feel like I need an adult moisturizer, and that's what I got. So I've been pretty happy with it. I have oily skin, so it's not like a cream, it's like a serum almost, and I like it. I like it pretty good.
I do really like that stuff. It's good. And I have Mary Kay because I'm lucky enough that my mother has sold Mary Kay since I was 12 years old, so I admit I'm spoiled when it comes to skincare.
It's okay. It's a, you know, like, skincare is one of those things that it's kind of okay if you're spoiled on it. My mother always used Oil of Olay when we were growing up. Like, she didn't put on a speck of makeup every day, but she would put on her Oil of Olay moisturizer. And I'm so southern with Olay. Oil of Olay. Cheers. Yeah. This is one of our January BoxyCharm.
I do not know how you do that. She remembers. I'll ask her, I asked her earlier today, I was like, when did we get this lippy here? This matte lip gloss. Maybox. I don't know how she remembers that stuff.
So yesterday, I did like normal people stuff. Like, I went to Walmart, and I went to Sam's Club and got my prescriptions, and I laid in bed and I binged watched the whole second season of Glow because I love it. And I went down to the taco truck and got tacos last night.
I need to try that taco truck.
That's awesome. Your hair is so purple in this light, like over here. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, it looks good. It was a normal people we took.
Oh, I love the way that primer makes my face feel.
I know, I love it. Now, do you do foundation next?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Hannah and I are actually going to go in with the same foundation. We both have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. She's still trying to figure out if she likes it or not. I've been using this for a long time. I've probably had mine for a year. Actually, you can go back to, and I can link it. I have a video where I tried out this and a couple of other Wet n Wild products, and I really like it. This is like a medium coverage foundation. You can build it to a full coverage foundation, which I'll do if I wear it for a shoot or something like that, but I really like it. I'm in the color soft beige, and what I have found is in the winter time, I need a shade that's like a step lighter than this one, because when I put it on, it's almost a little too dark, but in the summertime, it's okay. So I'm gonna go in with my ridiculously dirty sponge. Y'all don't judge. Don't judge me. This is my Aesthetica sponge. That's the same brand as these.
I don't know what brand mine is.
Yes, it was Japanesque.
Japanese.
It's a Japanese sponge. Hannah's got a new sponge and I think it's sexy and I need one. Yeah, see, mine's just old and dirty. Okay.
It doesn't surprise me that shit. I have a thing with Asian and cultural things lately. Pandas,
Pandas?
pho,
Oh, yeah.
Thai, anything. I don't know what's going on.
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna try and not get off camera. But, the only thing that's kind of like, ugh, about this foundation is its smell. But once you blend it out, you don't really even smell it anymore. Which I'm glad for, because it kind of smells like paint.
It does.
It does smell like paint.
It has a chemical smell.
But if you can get past the paint smell, it's pretty good. I don't really like this spatula situation. I wish it was in a squeeze tube or it had a pump or something, but it's fucking $5.99, y'all. Like, there's not a whole lot you can do about a $5.99 foundation, I feel like. You know?
I meant to get me some hair clippers like Jeffrey has.
Oh, I know, right? Hannah's got her nice Jeffrey mirror over there. And I'm surprised Mimi isn't in here like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? So, I mean, how much of a game changer was it when you started using the sponge?
I mean,
Yeah,
it was, because I was using a brush before this.
Yeah.
And, well, I do have a sponge I would use sometimes to go over the streaks with the brush, but this is, and my mom bought one.
Did she? Okay,
She
good.
did, yeah.
Good,
And I
good.
sent her the video on how to wet it and everything too, and I haven't talked to her since, but.
I
and
thought you were getting ready to say how to talk to it. And talk to the sponge.
How are you today?
I'm doing good.
That's why I'm single.
Okay, I'm gonna go in next with some concealer. So I have, I've been loving the, I only use my tape. I only use my Shape Tape for like special occasions because it's so fucking expensive. I use it for shows and stuff. But I've been loving the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I have it in C1 for highlighting and C4 for covering blemishes. So sometimes when I get lazy, I take this C4 and I just put it all over my face. And then powder, done.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I just do concealer. So I'm gonna go in with my C4 and I'm just gonna cover some blemishes and then blend that out a little bit.
I'm gonna follow with, again, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer.
Do you like that concealer?
I do like it.
Do you?
But I'm still, even after putting on that foundation today, I'm just not, I don't know.
I feel like it looks fine.
We'll set it and see.
We'll set it and see what it
and
looks
see.
like, yeah. I mean, and Hannah has pretty prominent freckles on her face. So I'm not sure, do you want it to cover all the freckles or no? No,
I like my
so
freckles.
she likes her freckles. So you don't really want something that's too like full coverage.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of covered some blemishes, kind of. Well, it'll look better with powder, but. All right, and I'm gonna go in with my C1 and do some highlighting after I peel the cat hair off of it. But I'm gonna go in and do some highlighting and cover up my eye bags with my Makeup Revolution C4. And this is pretty much the same color as my Shape Tape. Look, Hannah. But, yeah. When I first got this, I got the C4 and then realized quickly that it's actually the same color as my skin tone. That's not gonna work.
Alright. I'm not gonna bake. I'm gonna set.
You're not gonna bake at all?
I might bake a little bit.
Try some of that. Well, try some of that. And then I like when I blend it out, I take it on up over my eyelids too and kind of use it as a eyelid primer.
Wait, should I try some of it under your sea
okay. It's okay if you are. I can edit you out. It's my husband. See how much brighter that is? That's what we're gonna bake.
Bake it.
So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna bake our under eyes and everywhere that we highlighted with the concealer. And I got Hannah some new powder, and she's gonna try it out and see how she likes it. I would use your sponge. Are you gonna bake?
Might as well.
Okay, use your sponge. Okay. All right, so we're gonna take our sponge and we're gonna dip into this powder. You can see mine is all over the place, but you're gonna dip in, get you a good amount. And then you're just gonna go under your eye, press it under your eye. Just like that. Yep. Put it everywhere that you put concealer. It'll smell like grandma. Yes, girl. We baking. I'm making a cake.
I want some cake. I don't want cake face.
I don't have any cake.
I want cake.
But that's all the baking I'm doing right now. What?
This is why people who wear black do not eat powdered donuts. And they shouldn't bake their face.
Well, that's why you have a shirt
Well, I usually
that you do your makeup in.
Well, that's why I usually do
Yeah.
my makeup half naked before I get dressed.
What you can do is after you bake, we can just put like another thin layer of that on with a brush. You know,
Okay.
kind of just brush it
Yeah.
on. I'm gonna take my NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat foundation powder and just I take just a face brush and I swirl it around and I kind of hit all the areas that I'm not baking just to set the rest of it before I do my contour and stuff. Contour and bronze. Do that. Yes, please. So I'm not gonna. I go back and forth between contouring and bronzing. It's pretty much the same fucking thing, you guys. So I like to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, just bronze my face up. So my favorite brush for that is this crown brush that we got. This is the in our BoxyCharm. And I don't know which brush this is, but that's my favorite. That's my recent favorite to
That's the one
bronze
I
with.
get.
So what I like to do, or smell this. Yeah, I told you
I don't
probably wouldn't like it.
I mean, it smells good if you like that smell.
Yeah, the butter bronzer definitely has a coconutty, vacation-y smell. And I knew Hannah didn't like that Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum cream. She didn't like the smell of it. And I knew if she didn't like the smell of it, she was not going to like the smell of this. But she's going to use her pure contour palette that we got in May's BoxyCharm. So I contour and I bronze slightly differently. Contouring, I use I have this Mega Glow Wet n Wild contouring palette, which I absolutely love. It's cheap, it's $5. And it's got a really nice highlighting shade as well as a bronzing shade. I mean a contouring shade. And this contouring shade, this palette is in the Dulce de Leche color. And I like it a lot. It takes just a little bit though. So what I do is you just barely touch it.
Mm-hmm.
I tap it off. Get my mirror here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna cut it right here. And then later I'm gonna go with my bronzer and smooth it out. But so I cut that cheek. See it? Yep. Okay. So I've contoured my cheeks, and then I'm gonna use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer to do the rest of my face because it's not quite as harsh as that.
Okay.
But I will go ahead. I got powder all over that. Show you how I do my nose. And I use this angled brush. This brush is by Royal and Land Nickel, and this is an angle shader, but I use this brush here to do my nose contour. And I just barely touch, and you can do this with a bronzer as well. I just barely touch it, tap, and I kind of start where my eyebrow starts, and I go like, just right in here like this. And then you can do the little tip here, little side here. And then usually what I do is I'm gonna go back in later and use some powder, or just use my my sponge there and do what Jeffrey talks about, veiling, and just kind of tap it out and make it kind of like blend it a little bit better, but trying to get them even. So there you go. Boom. Nose contour. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my butter bronzer and do the rest of my face. And I'm gonna use that same brush and I'm gonna swirl it around, tap it off. And I'm just gonna blend this a little bit better, just like that. And then I take it up here on the sides, take it up here. Do my forehead. And then I do my chin a little bit. And then I just make sure that it's all blended. And you can even, you don't have to do all that fancy stuff with your nose.
Yeah.
You could use the same brush and just hit it a bit with the bronzer. Hit your nose a little bit with it.
She scared the fuck out of me. I did not know he was
do
right
that.
there. Motherfucker. Okay, so that's pretty much what I did yesterday. So I'm kind of.
What are you doing? What are you gonna cook for dinner? So don't worry about it being too dark. Pass what powder's for.
Meow meow.
Merp. Merp, want a cookie? They're like oatmeal chocolate chip, I think.
Sure.
Oatmeal chocolate chip mini cookies.
I don't know why there's powder right there, but it's like.
Hey, and so it works. I take my sponge too sometimes to just veil it out.
Okay. I just had to do it very light because I don't have a smaller color.
Yeah, so this pure palette, it's nice and all, but those contour shades in there are pretty dark, and I think I'm probably gonna end up giving it to somebody. But okay, yes, right. Okay, let's do some eyes. Okay. All right, so for eyes, I am going to use the, I'm going to use the Reina del Caribe palette from Alamar Cosmetics. This came in our BoxyCharm box, but I'm going to use the shade Courtney from the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette, which is this color right here, as my crease shade, because I love it. But first, I'm going to I put that concealer, the Makeup Revolution concealer on kind of like as my eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to use the shade China White from the Beauty Killer palette to set that. And I just go in with a flat brush. You can't see that, but yeah, a flat brush.
And I just primed with Urban Decay primer.
Hannah uses that good shit.
I got a gift set.
I got a gift set. Lori's over here like,
What else did I get? I got the Urban Decay primer and
all-nighter.
all-nighter. That's right. Okay, and I'm gonna use the China White also.
Before it. Hannah has not used either of these Jeffree Star palettes, so she was super excited. And I said, like, oh, go ahead, dig in.
Luxury.
I love it. She's like, luxury. I'm over here like, I
She
got them half price.
She was sitting there holding them and talking about it. I'm like, can we just open them, please? Can we just open them?
So, how is everybody out there in YouTube land doing? You know, stuff's been happening. Our president's crazy. Politics.
Very mentally.
Yeah. And there's been a lot of like YouTubers recently talking about anxiety and depression and stuff like that. And I always I have Crohn's disease, and so with that, one of the symptoms that I have, even if I'm not having a flare, is like severe fatigue, like chronic fatigue, and it hits me really hard in the summertime. And I've been feeling a lot of that since I got back from Vegas. I had pretty bad, I had some pretty severe jet lag coming back, and I think I actually had it while I was there. And then, of course, plane ride back, it just, I couldn't wait to get home. I loved Vegas, and it was so much fun, but once you're up in those planes and you're like headed home, you're like, I'm ready to get home. But yeah, I had some pretty severe jet lag. And I don't know if that was like the fatigue contributed to it, or like I just felt like this summer my body has been super fragile. So I'm feeling a bit better now, but it always comes and goes in the summertime.
Those first few days I was worried about you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's rough. Usually it hits in like August. It hit me early. It's like the whole summer. So okay, I went in with China White, and then next I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. This is my favorite blending brush. This is the L34 from SL Miss Glam. I got my first one in an Ipsy bag like a year and a half ago, and then I got them. I don't think she got them. She didn't get these brushes. And no, but I got another one, the same brush in a BoxyCharm box. And I was like, oh my god, I have two now of my favorite blending brushes, crease brushes. So I'm taking the SL Miss Glam in L34, and I'm going to dip into the shade Courtney in the Beauty Killer palette, because it's my favorite transition shade. And I'm just going to go into my crease.
I think we're starting off the same, because I'm doing the same.
Yeah. We're going to end up doing like different eyes, but we're going to go in, I think, with the same
And I'm using
crease
a
shade.
26 for my brush set.
From the BH Cosmetics deluxe 36-piece deluxe brush set
that somebody got me for Christmas.
that somebody got Hannah for Christmas. So yeah, which is an awesome brush set.
Oh, I love it.
We were in Atlanta and doing our makeup, getting ready to go see Lady Gaga, and she pulled out her brushes, and I was like, no, this she's gonna throw
happening.
This is not happening, and she's gonna throw these brushes away. I'm gonna make sure of it. And she did. So her eyeshadow brush, you guys, like it had broken off from the handle, and she just kept that part, and that's what she was doing all of her eyeshadow with. I was like, no, I cannot let a friend in need go forth in need. This is not. But the thing is, like, Hannah's like me, like she loves makeup, but I don't think you didn't have anybody to like
Nobody, yeah.
like
To play makeup
with, and it's a thing. Like people think that because you're like people think that you're playing in makeup, and it's like, no, makeup is so much more than just I'm just playing around in some powders and stuff. Like it's artistry, it's self-expression, it's a way of kind of bringing forth the inner beauty on the outside so that other people see what you see. You know, like I was watching. Who was I watching? I was watching that Tati video with Drew Barrymore.
Oh yeah.
And they were talking about how like makeup like allows people to like really like bring forth the beauty on the outside that you have on the inside, you know. And it's like all these people on Facebook like shaming other people for like wearing lots of makeup. Bitch, y'all need to move on with life.
Yes.
You need to move on. You need to mind your own business. If someone wants to put foundation on in the morning or a little eyeshadow or some lipstick to make them feel better throughout the day, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Don't shame people for that. And on the same time, don't shame people that don't want to wear makeup. It's totally fine. It's a lot of days I don't wear makeup.
And if somebody feels good enough to post 10 selfies of themselves a day,
well,
do it.
Let them do it. I mean,
Do it.
I don't know what it is about people gotta be downing people for doing shit that they enjoy doing. I wish that everybody in life would find something that they enjoy doing. Like, why would you not? Why would you not want people to like have joy in life? Like, why is everything gotta be joyless? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, you know
Buy
what?
the damn tickets.
Oh, you know what? I usually do my eyebrows before I start my eyes. But
I like to do mine last just in case I get crap in them. I can brush all that crap out.
well, I like to do mine first, and that way I can kind of frame my eyeshadow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I have a
Yeah.
frame for it.
And that's the one thing also I love about makeup is there are rules, but then there are no
But
rules.
there are no rules, and everybody does something like in a different
Yes.
order,
Yes.
and it doesn't, you know. So
If you like something, you do it. But I also tell Lori, if I walk into the house one day
she's like,
and I am doing something that is just not okay, you can tell me.
she's like, if
but-
you walk in and something just looks weird, she's like, I
Yes.
want you to tell me.
Yes.
But like, I would never be that person that's like, you're totally putting on your concealer wrong. Now, the only, I would tell someone, hey, maybe try and do it this way and see if that works better for you. And if not, whatever, but I would never be like, you should do that.
Yeah.
Or that's not how you wear that. Or, ugh. Now, girl, if you have blue eyeshadow on your eyelid and it is all the way up to your eyebrow, I will fucking tell
Yes.
you. Don't do it. It's not 1985. Don't do it.
Unless it's 80s night.
I mean, then totally fucking do it. Do it and wear a bright red fucking lipstick with it. That's what we should have done today. That's what we should have used these blues and done blue all the way up to our eyebrows. Next video. That's the next video.
We should
Okay.
start our next video.
I'm gonna do my eyebrows.
Okay. Well, Tati does her eyebrows first. She just doesn't feel good without them. She just does not feel
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I like to do my face, like my whole face, my complexion products, and then do my eyebrows. I didn't used to do that. I would do like all of my makeup and do
Yeah.
my eyebrows while I was waiting for my eyelash glue to kind of
Yeah.
like congeal. And then I got to the point where I started getting really particular with how my eyebrows looked, and I was taking more time to do my eyebrows, and that's when I kind of started doing them kind of in the middle. But Hannah wants to watch this part, so.
Yeah, I always like to do my lash just in case my brush powder off or something. They fall.
So I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade dark brown, and I love this stuff. And I'm just using a random angled brush. This is just random. And I have not cleaned up my eyebrows in a while, so they're probably gonna be kind of big. Typically, that's how it works out. It seems like when I haven't plucked my eyebrows, they end up pretty big. But that's okay. Let me turn this way so you can see me. And I like the pomade because it allows me to like draw the shape on. And I do the bottom first. And then I go in and I do the top. just fill them in. And then, of course, you got to get a little bit of that Instagram brow going. So then here on the front, I kind of take my angled brush and I just brush the product up through it. Like this. To kind of give it a little fade. There you go. There you go. Whoa, shit. So there's one eyebrow. I have used a lot of like dip brows, not dip brows, but a lot of pomades. Y'all, it's expensive, it's pricey. This is $18. This is worth every penny. It is worth every penny. Just, you know, like I fought it for a long time, and then finally I just broke down and bought it. I broke down and bought it because it's worth it. Worth it.
I think I'm more of a brow pencil girl, but you're modelist. That's a word now, by the way.
What?
Modelist. That's a word now.
Model-esque.
Making up words.
I mean, I like a pencil for every day,
Yeah.
but if I'm gonna do it,
You could do it.
I'm gonna do it with a pomade. I'm gonna do it with a pomade. And I always have an easier time with my my left.
These eyeshadows just are amazing.
You like it? I always have an easier time with my left eyebrow. And remember, they're twins, not sisters. I mean, they're sisters, not twins. So
Some days there's cousins.
some days are just cousins. So I'm doing the same thing on this side. That was really quick, but there are my brows. I like the pomade because I feel like I have more control with a brush than I do with a pencil, but sometimes I like to draw the shape on with the pencil and then fill in with the pomade. So the pencil that I usually use is the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil, and this is in the shade, I think this is just brown. Yeah. All right, brows are on. Boom. Looking good. Now, if you wanted to go in and you wanted to like clean some of your brows up, you could just take your same concealer on that that flat brush that we used and just kind of shape it up. And sometimes I'll do that if I really want my brows to be kind of precise, but they look pretty good.
They look amazing.
So that was just quick eyebrows. Okay, let me see. I love it. That looks gorgeous.
Now I can't decide what palette I want.
That's awesome. And those two colors blended together, they look really good. Now Hannah's gonna take. I think she's gonna take Violence. I think you were gonna take Violence.
And do it halfway
right?
in.
And do it halfway in. So this shade here, this is Violence, and it's like this really pretty, I don't know, like purple shimmer shade. But yeah, androgyny, and that's one of my favorite lip colors of his too.
Because I'm gonna take the Stila.
Oh. Yeah, she's gonna take her Stila Glitter and Glow, and I don't know which color she's gonna use, but maybe she'll let me use it.
Of course you can. Use whichever one you want. You can use that one or that one.
So she's got Ballet Baby, and then she also has Diamond Dust.
And that's kind of what you were saying about earlier, what Drew and Tati were talking about, because I don't wear color. I'm all about the black.
Right.
I have a glitter problem.
Hey,
I have a glitter problem.
but you know what?